don't have to be a long one. I should be able to get through like 2 of them. So I'm not trying to watch. I got two 15-minute ones. We gonna watch them. And then I'm gonna play the game. And we gonna vibe out. Meaning I'm just gonna sit here and listen to music and vibe out.
The police in Albuquerque.
Hold on. Bro, I hate this one bro. Every time I go to do something on this computer and I realize I only have one monitor, it pisses me the fuck off. Like, I should be able to whoop, 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 whoop. I have to do everything on one screen. I pray I get that shit fixed soon, because I can't. I'm not functioning properly. Is my camera big as shit? Low key. I don't care. I'm not fixing it.
Put the knives away.
Kill me.
No.
I know that I can't reach you from here, but I can't throw the knives.
No. Don't do that, sir.
Just kill me.
And we're doing it for the families of the victims.
Victims?
When the police in Albuquerque, New Mexico responded to a domestic dispute on April 6, 2020, they had no idea that they were about to make contact with a criminal who was hiding a horrific secret. In fact, it would take another year before they realized the appalling extent of the perpetrator's crimes.
And I tried to be nice, and they never appreciated it.
The following report is based on police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. The police became involved after they received several urgent calls from a woman named Cynthia, who reported that her nephew, 52-year-old Paul Apodaca, had beaten her violently after a brief argument. Despite her injuries, Cynthia managed to barricade herself and her 96-year-old mother Alvina in the back bedroom, where they now waited for rescue. The first police on scene were greeted with an alarming sight.
Someone's coming to the door, dude. I think it's the nephew. Hello.
Deadly force, sir.
What's that?
Deadly force.
Sir, can you please put the knives away? Please, put the knives away, okay? I'm not playing with you, bro. Put the knives away.
Bro, I knew he was on that shit. Bro, he came to the door with gloves on.
Nephew. Hello.
Deadly force, sir.
What's
How's
that?
your day going, Han?
Sir, can you please put the knives away? Please, put the knives away, okay?
Live it up. This is my live it up year for sure. I promise you. Showing my ass.
Please, can we talk
Showing
to you,
my
okay?
whole ass.
We don't want to do this, brother.
I know that I can't reach you from here, but I can't throw the knives.
No. Don't do that, sir.
Just kill me.
Paul was no stranger to law enforcement.
Regarding this, because he just made me mad. Why would you? You're already about to get arrested. Why would you threaten to throw knives at fucking police officers? At that point, bitch, just surrender.
In addition to being a registered sex offender, he'd been incarcerated multiple times for charges including...
Why do they let him out? What is it? Kidnapping,
assault, and felony aggravated battery.
What is he out of jail for? He obviously didn't learn his fucking lesson. Did somebody die?
However, the most depraved aspects of his criminal history were not yet known.
And that ain't even the worst of what the fuck he did.
My nose all night in this. You drove me crazy.
Well, let's talk about that, okay? That's what we're here
Right,
for.
you're not gonna believe me.
Huh?
You're not gonna believe me. You're gonna think I'm insane.
Come on, buddy. Let's just talk, okay?
No. Talk.
Hostage situation.
Let's talk.
No. 3, 2, 1, Mel, just walk back into the house.
While these officers attempted to wrangle Paul, several others jumped the backyard fence to make contact with Cynthia and Alvina, still barricaded in the back of the house.
What did he hit you with?
Very quickly, the officer...
Because she sounds so sweet, bro. I put him under the jail and don't let that bitch ass nigga out.
Cynthia's injuries were far worse than they originally thought.
She's very, very beat up. Very beat up, so we need to get in there. Okay, give us 1 second.
And her 96-year-old mom is in there, bruh. Don't piss me off.
Just a small example of Paul's capacity for violence.
People are so
At the
cool,
moment,
bro.
the
Like,
officers didn't yet know how far Paul was willing to go. Several police officers had entered the room Cynthia and Alvina were in, prepared to defend them if necessary. Despite the danger Paul posed, his grandmother Alvina was determined to ensure his safety, even at the expense of her own well-being.
You need to go outside. They can't get medical attention until you step out the front.
Okay.
So go out the front door now with your hands up and empty. We're not messing around.
I need you to stick to your man.
You need to go to the front door.
I don't want you to hurt my grandson.
And we're trying not to, ma'am.
Go to the front, Paul. For God's sakes.
Why would you put your 96-year-old grandmother do? He's mental. Grandma, don't make no excuses for this nigga, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Grandma, don't make no excuses for this.
Did he hit you?
My grandson.
Since Paul was blocked,
Bless her heart, bruh. Bless her heart, bruh.
blocking the main exit, the officers called the fire department, requesting a ladder to rescue
Oh,
the
don't
hostages
piss me
through the
off.
window. This would prove to be easier said than done, especially when a new complication arose outside when another family member rushed to the scene in an emotional state.
I know. My grandma can't climb through that fucking ladder back there.
I know. That's why we put a couple officers in there.
Just shoot him.
Yes,
Shoot him.
yeah,
I don't
he's
care.
mental.
That's
He's
my
gonna
cousin.
lose you if he don't get to the
Kill
front.
him.
Your car?
Hopefully he won't
Yes.
Please wait inside your car.
I can't. That's my grandma. That's my grandma.
I get that, but you need to wait inside your car.
Man, I would have been going to jail that night. Cause no forces formed against me was stopping me from getting in that house to my grandma and my auntie. The fuck are you talking about? Ah, you gotta wait in your car. Yeah, alright, arrest me.
Guys,
I'm gonna be waiting in the back of that police car.
Your attention off of this.
Then
and
go
onto
do your
you.
job. I'm not
Go
doing
fix your car.
You too.
Luckily, the police managed to convince Cynthia to climb down the ladder. She was later taken to the hospital for medical attention.
Y'all
and would
expecting
tell
a
harrowing
96-year-old
tale of
lady
how
to
she
climb
got
down
her
the ladder?
injuries
Let's be
and
for
the
real.
steps she took
Like,
to protect her mother.
So were you afraid that he was going to kick down the door?
Yeah, well, I didn't know what he was crazy beating me like, I told you never to tell me nothing. Don't ever tell me what to do. Oh, please, Grandma. Grandma's you're gonna give her a heart attack. Oh, I know I say nothing. And then I like kind of like pushed him and I go, Mom, are you okay? Mom, please get up. And that's when he like freaked out and he like, got her, Grandma, and don't touch me. Grandma, you okay? Don't touch me, she put it. And that's when I jumped up.
Still at the scene, the next priority was
so he would have did it to his 96-year-old grandma. But okay.
getting Alvina
I
out
have
to
a
join
sensitive
Cynthia as the
place when it
officers
comes
tried
to grandmothers,
persuade
bro.
her
I
to
don't
leave.
play about my grandma.
Ma'am.
Neither one of them.
Him, we have to get you out. Come on.
Nope.
Ma'am, I need you to try to get down, okay? You can scoot down that ladder. You don't have to climb down it,
I
okay?
don't want to go down. I won't.
Y'all can't force
need
that
to.
lady to go down that damn ladder. She's 96. The fuck? Y'all in the house. Y'all can't force that nigga out the house. Is he not out the house? I love my granny. She's my second. Literally, my second mother. I grew up with my grannies and my grandmother. Both my grannies before they passed away, and I still have both my grandmothers. I don't like, bro. I smack the fuck out of anybody.
You need to,
And when it
okay?
comes to my mama,
Eventually, the officers managed
Jail.
to coax
Just put me
Alvina
in
out
jail
of the
behind
window
her.
and guided her safely down the ladder. Seconds after, Paul appeared at the back door.
Take your... Whoa. You got contact. Keep walking out. Keep walking out. Walk out to the sound of my voice. Hands up now. Put your hands in the air. Drop whatever's in
he
your
waited till she was out the house.
Put your hands
Okay,
up.
hands in the air. Step down.
Hands up, you're about to get 40, sir.
Step.
Look, I'm so mad that I didn't even like my blunt. That was the whole purpose of
hands
me
up in
watching
the air.
this. Shit just pissed me off.
Turn around and face the house.
Turn around.
Bruh, he could have did that sooner. That she did not have to just go down that ladder.
Put your hands behind your head and then release your fingers.
Oh, I know that. Oh my goodness.
Put your hands down. Put your hands down.
Police?
Okay.
They shot him?
Release your fingers.
Why they shoot him?
Put your hands down.
Oh.
Put your hands down.
Okay.
They shot him or tased him.
Even with the suspect subdued, the emotional turmoil on scene was far from over. Hearing the shots and not realizing the officers had fired beanbag rounds, Alvina immediately became distressed.
He's okay. He's okay. He's okay.
They didn't shoot him.
No, he's okay.
See, they just
Don't
put him
forget to
down.
like that.
He's okay. Come on.
Paul was arrested and convicted of assaulting a peace officer with a deadly weapon, but it would only be over a year after Paul served his sentence for this crime that the police would learn that they hadn't even scratched the surface of his criminal record.
Year?
More chilling details about events connected to several 30-year-old cold cases were about to surface. On July 20th, 2021, over a year after the assault on Cynthia, Paul was spotted wandering around outside a children's site.
Why? Why do this nigga keep getting let out of jail? Who keeps letting him out? What?
Psychiatric hospital. He was arrested as there was a felony warrant out for
He's
violating
bro.
probation.
He's already registered as a sex offender. He was in jail for kidnapping, assault, and an aggravated assault. Then he did what he did to his aunt. Called a third-degree charge for doing something to a police officer. Why y'all keep letting this nigga out of jail? I be think
Yet again, this was nothing compared to the bombshell Paul was about to drop.
Got air conditioning back there, Paul?
I hope they ain't bailing him out. Bro, that's so, bro.
What'd you do?
I murdered Althea. Never told anyone.
Why not?
Wasn't as regretful and remorseful as I.
Shockingly, the woman Paul mentioned had been murdered more than 3 decades prior, on the evening of June 22nd, 1988.
My nigga, it's 2025. $1988, and you are just now feeling regret and remorse.
As far as the police could tell, 21-year-old Althea had stepped out for a walk after
21?
an argument with her boyfriend, only to fall victim to a senseless crime they were never able to
This is
explain
pissing me off.
until now. Now, as the officers took Paul straight to the police station, 2
Man,
cold
fuck
case
Paul.
detectives sat down with him to see if he was telling the truth.
You didn't know Althea?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was walking behind.
She what?
Althea was walking home from day. I don't know. My intention was to rape.
Okay.
But it did. I didn't know that I was going to do that.
How many times did you stab her?
Twice in the shoulder blade. At least twice in the left side.
According to police reports from 1988, a neighbor heard Althea scream. She called the police as the attacker fled and Althea collapsed. Police and rescue units were immediately dispatched, but tragically, their efforts were not enough to save Althea, who soon passed away in the hospital. Several witnesses were able to describe the suspect, and a composite sketch was published in the local newspaper. Unfortunately, this didn't lead to any substantial leads.
That's what he had to look like in 1988, because that nigga bald. Has a few mental illnesses because having no kind of regret, remorse, and shit, then doing all these other crimes. It took you 30 years. It took 30 years for you to find some regret and remorse, and you wasn't even planning on doing this shit. You just said it out your own mouth. Lock him under the jail and put him in the white padded room with a muzzle. That might make that shit worse.
Eventually went cold. The detectives went to speak with Paul's brother, hoping to gain further insight. During the conversation, they broke some horrendous news.
We're doing it for the families of the victims.
Victims? That's what we want on me.
And yet, Althea's
But
murder
how do
was
you
just
find
the
out that your
beginning of
sibling is
Paul's
a
brutal
killer?
rampage.
Another girl was crossing a bridge. We heard her name.
In the interrogation room, the cold case detectives pushed for more details.
What does she look like?
I couldn't tell at that range.
Okay. How did you kill her?
I shot her.
Mere months after Althea's murder, on September 9th, 1988, 13-year-old Stella Gonzalez was walking home with her friend Hope. The two girls were stopped by some men in a car who tried to pick them up. While Stella briefly spoke to them, Hope pulled her away as the car drove off. But minutes later, gunshots were fired in their direction, and Stella was tragically struck and killed. Depressingly, there were no witnesses to the crime besides Hope. The only potential lead came from a police officer who'd observed the girls walking, as well as a car which might have been a blue Chevrolet Chevelle with 3 Hispanic males inside. With no additional witnesses, this case went cold just like Althea's. Worse, all the files on the case were destroyed in a fire in the police station's evidence room in 2010.
Wow.
Finally, the cold case detectives asked Paul about one more victim he mentioned to the officers who brought him to the station.
Can you look at this photo and tell me if you recognize this person right here on the phone?
13, 18, 21.
32 years earlier, on the evening of July 16, 1989, two detectives stumbled upon what they thought was a traffic accident, only to discover a bone-chilling crime scene. The woman police found behind the wheel, later identified as 18-year-old Caitlin Arquette, had been shot twice in the head. The police would later learn she'd been driving home from a friend's house when she was disastrously intercepted. Notably, there was only one witness, none other than Paul Apodaca. He told the police he'd not seen what happened, but stopped to offer help just as they had. After providing his phone number, he slipped away from the scene unnoticed. Tragically, Caitlin succumbed to her wounds the next day, but no further evidence was found.
Caitlin's mother, Lois Duncan, she wrote the series I Know What You Did Last Summer. She also wrote a book about her daughter, Who Killed My Daughter. And I read that.
6 years after Caitlin's death, Lois hired a private investigator who allegedly had strong suspicions about Paul's involvement. But despite this, the case remained unsolved. Now, the harrowing details of what really happened to Caitlin would come to light at long last.
When I saw her, I walked up to the car, had already shot her. Cerebral swelling had begun, and face and head were swollen.
You said you had already shot her?
Yes.
And you walked up to her? Okay. What kind of car did she have?
It was a red car, something.
Nigga,
And where did you shoot her?
I never touched her, but I shot her and killed her.
In a later interview,
For
Paul
what?
further explained that Caitlin had pulled up next to him to stop at a red light. He fired twice, and when the light turned green, Caitlin pulled forward, crossing the median and crashing her car into a pole.
He
Paul
just shot
said
her
he
to
then hid
shot.
his firearm
Like, he
under
just
his
did it
seat
to do
and
it.
drove up to investigate.
Like, even. Why did you shoot? Why did you shoot at the girls on the bridge? I'm not. He just doing shit to do it. Like, and then you don't feel no remorse about it, but now you did what you did to your aunt and everything, and now you want to admit to some shit that you did 30 years ago? How is you cool? And y'all keep letting this nigga out of jail? And y'all just found out about these? Y'all suck. Y'all suck. 50 to life, no parole.
Her condition.
I need to know what he got
Paul's
charged
frenzied
with.
violence didn't stop there. In 1990, he was charged with aggravated battery after shooting a man who he claimed he mistook for a woman. More disturbing insight connecting to this was just around the corner. However, before addressing this, the detectives questioned what motivated Paul to come forward with these terrible admissions.
Literally.
After more than 3 decades of silence.
It took me so long to know how much a pain have cost. When I considered the ultimate sin, when I killed Althea, thought that I could do no more harm. After years and years of contemplating and researching, I understand all the pain that I...
Look at all this, and all of the 1980 to 1990 is all this shit we didn't even know about. They didn't even know about that. So we only had the fucking aunt thing and then the warrant and whatever kidnapping and assault and other aggravated charges he had. Niggas didn't even know this nigga at home murdered. And y'all kept letting this. He could have did it again. It could have been his aunt or his grandma. And y'all keep like, bro, it be the police. It be the police. Like, you can't tell me it can't. You can't tell me you letting a nigga like this out of jail.
I've seen it in my own family.
He's admitting this shit flat out his mouth. This man been living his life for all these
Paul
years.
claimed that his latest incarceration for assaulting Cynthia left him with a lot of time to contemplate his actions. He claims he spent the year crying for offending God and for hurting his victims and their families.
Womp
He
womp.
recounted holding a napkin to his face to collect the tears,
Womp womp.
wrote down why he was crying, and placed the napkins in between the pages of his Bible, creating what he called a book of tears.
Womp, nigga, womp. Womp. I don't think it's them, it's the court system and shit. Because they gave him bail and his family and friends along with the court system. And that's bailing a nigga out is sick as fuck.
I don't deserve to be forgiven.
The question of what could have driven Paul to such
Nigga,
horrific
you just spending
actions
your years
remained
crying.
unclear until he
Them
made
girls
one
are
final
gone.
harrowing
Like, they're
admission.
not
Why did
even
you do
here
it?
to live their life. Like, what? You shouldn't even be living life. What?
You had what in your heart?
Hey, man, I need y'all to tell me what charges he got immediately before I crash out.
Because I've always seen men
Like I
treat
said, they're
women
trying to see
bad
the
and
good in
have
him
all
and
the
shit.
women, and I tried to be nice and they never appreciated it.
Huh?
On
Wait.
January- Until he made one final harrowing admission.
Why did you do it?
I had anger in my heart against women.
You had what in your heart?
Of course, it was a hate crime against women. Of course it. That makes so sense. Cause you're not just randomly going up to these young women and just killing them for no reason like that.
Anger. Okay.
Resentment.
Why?
Because I've always seen men treat women bad and they have all the women, and I tried to be nice and they never appreciated it.
On January 29th, 2024, Paul Apodaca pleaded guilty to 3 counts of second-degree murder, 1 count of kidnapping, as well as 1 count of first-degree attempted criminal sexual penetration for assaulting Althea. He was sentenced to 45 years in prison, while Paul confessed to several additional sexual...
We didn't get to 50, but we got close to it. But I hope they don't stop there. I think they're about to stop there. He only got 45 years. You know what? Because they didn't, it wasn't, none of them were first degree. None of them were first degree. They were second degree. That's still long, cool. That was last year. So that nigga definitely about to be in there for a minute. But like, he done lived his life. He, from 1980, since he started this shit up until now, this nigga done been living life. My nigga, it's 2025. Whatever.
Well, assaults. He was never charged. If released...
All I can say is tough, man. Oh, did I refresh? What video was I about to watch? It was another 15-minute video. But if it refreshed, it's gone. And I keep pausing because this shit is behooving me. I should have tabbed it. God. Okay, I'm back. Bro, I lost the fucking video. Now I gotta find another one. So now I gotta improvise. I know exactly what the other video was too, but I'm not gonna find it. So that's 22. We can do this one. I've been holding off for watching this one, and I don't know why.
You shot your mom. Yeah. Okay, the little boy shot his mom. I have the little boy here down at my house. His mom's up there. He shot his mom with a 22. Joey, what's your last name? It's Joey McVeigh.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
He don't even look upset.
I'm Deputy Stryker. This is Captain Ranker. Okay?
God, what they record
All
this
right.
on these body
What's
cameras?
your name?
Shit.
Joy McVeigh. Okay. What happened, Joey?
I shot my mom.
Okay.
He's just simply saying, I shot my mom.
What happened?
I shot
What
my mom.
transpired
I
to
shot
get
my...
up to that
Like,
point?
huh? 10 years old.
Every day just making me so mad. Every day just making me so mad.
Okay. How old are you? 10? Okay.
These are the moments after a 10-year-old boy's life changed forever. He just admitted to shooting his own flesh and blood in a fit of rage. Caught in the throes of this earth-shattering moment, young Joey McVeigh is clearly still in shock.
I be actually like trying to wonder how it feels to like actually get so angry, like something have you so mad to the point that you just black out and do some crazy shit. Like, I think I ever only angry blacked out one time, but it was like it was more so over like heartbreak. But even still, like, the only thing I wanted to do after that was smoke and probably go to sleep. Like, I never wanted to do no crazy life-threatening taking, shit. Like,
So where did you get the gun from? Your
I almost
room?
blacked out on the nigga because he
Okay.
tested the
What
fuck
kind
out of
gun
me.
did you have?
It's not like...
22? Rifle? Handgun or what?
But all you was gonna do was beat, like, you was just gonna hit the nigga. Like, your mind don't go straight to like, oh yeah, this nigga, he gotta go. Like, for good. Like, non-existent. Like, you don't go there with it. Like, that's a reasonable crash out. Not no Millie. Exactly. Like, you shot your mom because she pisses you off every day. But what happens in the moments where you're not pissed off and she's just your mom? Now you don't have her. You're 10. How do you even know how to go grab a gun and shoot your mom?
Okay.
I know my dad.
Laying back on your bed?
And he's just so calmly talking about,
Okay.
or he's trying to act,
So
or he
what
has a
motivation
mad.
you to go and upset you to that?
He might have been hospital, but he was gonna have some broken ribs and shit.
I'm Grandma McVeigh. And Debbie
It's probably
talking
deserved.
to me just prior to this. And I don't know, she was send him to DR and saying all this to him. And then I heard so much screaming going on.
The screaming she heard could have been the argument that led to this unlikely scene. It was a cold January night in 2011, not even 48 hours into the new year.
Wow.
36-year-old Deborah wanted Joey to get some firewood from outside. That was the mundane task that somehow escalated into a firewood from outside.
All your mama asked you to do was to get some firewood, and he probably didn't want to do it.
That was the mundane task that somehow escalated into a fiery argument. Unhinged, Joey said he was tired of the fighting. He went into his room, retrieved a firearm.
I know that I know that ain't the gun. I know that ain't the. I know he didn't go get that and shoot his mama with that.
And came back into the living room. His sister Shauna begged him not to shoot their mother, but it was too late. Joey had made up his mind and shot Deborah in the head before leaving the house.
In the head. A headshot? You were that mad because she asked you to go get some firewood? Headshot? Okay.
and alerting neighbors
I
next
guess.
door. In a panic, several
I
of
don't
those
like
neighbors
people,
dialed
bro.
911, calling Holmes County deputies to the scene.
The neighbor kid just came down
It don't
to
matter
get his
the
emergency up at
age.
his house, and he
I
had
don't
a
like
concept
people.
door and a squad. 911, what is your emergency? A lady just got shot and got here. I think you guys already got the call, but I'm not sure.
Joey had recently been on Christmas break from school, spending a great deal of time with his best friend, a neighbor next door, away from this tiny rural home. To any healthy family, the story behind this end to Deborah's abbreviated life would be unfathomable. And soon, police will learn all the details, which go much deeper than the story implies at its surface.
Okay, myself and Unit 5 are out with the suspect. Unit 22 is secured the scene. I'll give you an address where we're at if you can just go ahead and log this.
They scour the scene, marking the floors for DNA evidence. The area is sectioned off, and the questions on everyone's mind will be asked out loud.
And this is what we need you to do. Give a written statement, write out everything that you saw and everything you did, and maybe even something that led up to this.
Go ahead and get a statement of her.
Okay, I'll get more.
The answers to those questions would come in audio record.
I don't know. Actually, I do. I actually do. The fact that I even thought of it is kind of sick. But I know exactly what the fuck I would do if somebody was to harm my mother. I know exactly what I would do if somebody was to cause especially my siblings. The two motherfuckers, the two little niggas I grew up with. And I'm only, you know what? I'm not worried about it with one sibling, but the other one, I wouldn't be surprised. Not too much. Well, it's really the one motherfucker and then my bestie, my built-in bestie. I get along with one, don't really love the other one, don't get along with her though. Love my little nigga though. But I fucked him up. Especially the motherfucker, the oldest motherfucker. Like, no kizzy. Like, about my mom.
Recordings, some of which you'll soon hear.
Shit.
Grandma McVeigh was there for one of those eerie sound bites with her grandson. You can hear the panic in Joey's
I'm the only
voice
child.
as the reality of the situation
Girl, this shit get lethal.
unfolds.
Are you all right, buddy?
I wouldn't even let no stranger do so. You my flesh and blood. You're crazy. Are you dumb?
I guess. I just want to get a better feel on what happened and, maybe why it happened.
Bro, I'm just mad aggressive. I'm mad. I got so much aggression right now. As much as I hear from others that have siblings, I already know. Shit get wicked.
Like, how long do you think it would take until I could, be with her?
Joey's primary concern, right off the bat, seemed to be leaving the house and living with his grandma.
What's the, whatever, I can't even think what it's called, what is it called?
Where they're gonna take you?
No.
The turning?
Whatever, guy, helps you and stuff.
Yeah, that's an attorney.
Yeah. I don't know what to do.
They can help you regardless of whether you talk to me or not. We don't expect you to know, Joey. How old are you?
10.
You're 10 years old. I'm not going to treat you like an adult like you know everything. That's basically...
He obviously think he fucking does. He shot his mother in the fucking head.
What happened today in particular...
He's smart enough.
She calls me lazy. I hate when she calls me lazy because I'm the only one...
She asked you to go get firewood and you probably argued with her about that shit and you got mad about it because she kept telling you and you shot her. What the fuck are we talking about right now? And I knew that. I knew she had to call that little nigga lazy because he tried to argue with her because he fought back and said no. That's exactly what makes sense in this situation. And he has another sibling, so he probably she could.
I was firewood and I was when my dad was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I do a lot of things, but no, I'm the lazy one.
So you do your chores around the house?
And that's probably just his chore to do, and he just didn't feel like doing it. But it's just, you shot your mom in the head over that though. Like, I'm not I can't. Like, I can't fathom
piece
that.
of wood hit me right in the shoulder, and she's like, okay, well, just go get some wood.
You don't get that damn mad and worked up over a damn chore and being called lazy.
I can't remember.
What brought you to the point where
Like,
you felt you should go in the
you
bedroom
proving
and
her
get the
point.
gun?
Actually,
Did she
quite
scream,
literally.
or
No, she's, nope.
have you ever been that mad before?
Yeah, a lot.
Listen to this telling interview with Joey's father, Michael. Michael says Deborah allegedly grabbed him by the hair in her bed to kick him out, just weeks before the shooting would take place, adding fuel to an already raging fire of angry exchanges, arguments, and toxic fighting.
When did she grab you by your hair?
The day that she asked me to leave.
What was the reason for when you left the last time here about a week and a half before this happened?
The doctors should be able to tell you, but she had been on for anxiety and all kinds of different things. Bipolar and had mood changes.
Remember when I was out there yesterday and was talking to you?
Yeah.
And we were talking about discipline with the kids. I know when I asked you about discipline, you said that you always heard her yelling and screaming at the kids. Did you ever see her strike the kids at all?
Oh, yeah, I even saw her 6 years ago. She got her Josh, the big Josh. I had to get her off of him that time.
Is that Josh Mike?
Yeah, she had him in the corner and slapped the shit out of him. She had anger issues bad, you know? I mean, this is really hard to say stuff about her that other people are going to think I'm saying to be mean. She was mean to the kids and me off and on.
So you're saying Debbie was...
We had two sides with it. Everybody does.
Meanwhile, Joey had been spending a great deal of time with his friend Austin in his bed
And
to
they
escape
could really,
the
he could be telling the
arguments.
truth for
Joey spent
real.
the night with you last night?
Yes.
Did he say anything to you about his mom?
Today, I guess, she asked me to do laundry, and she got home, and they started arguing, and they picked up the gun and shot her.
Joey had been showing signs of lashing
Wait,
out
huh?
for
To you about his mom?
arguments.
Joey spent the night with you last night?
Yes.
Did he say anything to you about his mom?
Today, I guess, she asked me to do laundry, and she got
It wasn't even over the firewood. She asked him to do the laundry.
home, and they started arguing, and they picked up the gun and shot her.
Joey had been showing signs of lashing out for years before the incident. In 2006, getting into an altercation with a bus driver,
Yeah,
and then a year
sure.
later at
Sure,
just 6
still.
years old, using a dustpan to hit an administrator at his school.
Oh
and by
no,
his own
he has anger issues. Well, you know, guess it runs in the family.
account, this wasn't the first time he'd been this angry.
Have you ever been that mad before?
Yeah, a lot.
How do you feel now that things are the way they are?
But to your breaking point being as laundry, to
Do you
do
think it was worth
laundry,
it, even though you were mad?
No.
Should anyone be shot or die over an argument?
No. They were close, but they argued, and she yelled at him too much.
Grandma McVeigh seemed quite certain that Deborah was over the top with Joey. But remember, Joey wasn't the only child in the household. There was also Shauna. And Shauna's interview doesn't paint Deborah quite the same way, as she reflects on the ominous night in her own haunting words.
We were like normal mom and daughter.
Okay.
Like we'd have our fights here and there, but it wasn't bad as Joey.
And Joey and Mom argued
a lot.
A lot. Okay.
When we got home, he was supposed to bring wood in.
so it is over the firewood. Stop confusing me. Stop confusing me. Make me mad. Why you tell your friend it was over laundry, then, boy?
There was a fire, and he didn't know Mom could ask him over and over. So he brought like one load in, and Mom asked him to bring more in.
Okay.
But then he started arguing. When he shot her, she just like dropped her around, and she was like sort of sitting like on the couch. She was like leaning up against the arm, and then she just fell. And then he pointed it at me. I told him not to, so I had to check on Mom, and I went to put the gun down first, and he put it on the couch. I don't know if the officer put it in.
Pointing it at me? Bro, I would have picked that gun up and butted that little nigga in the head with the fuck you aiming it at me for, boy. And for, bruh, man, I'm telling you, I would have, as the daughter, I would have been in jail that night. I would have been in jail that night. Point the little motherfucker at me. I'm gonna tell you, put that bitch down. I'm gonna grab it and beat your ass with it. Fuck are you talking about?
On his bed. No, he set it down on the couch and once he moved it, but I'm not sure. I checked Mom and there was no pulse and he was yelling and screaming and all like confused and stuff what happened.
Did you feel that he was gonna shoot you?
Yes, because after he shot Mom, I was scared. When he looked at me, it looked like he was like evil, like the look in his eyes.
Real
when he looked at me, I was like scared.
Okay.
Wait, what?
That's not normal.
I think she probably was just trying to grasp the situation, so I understand. Like in the moment, of course, I'm saying that, but I'm not in the moment. In the moment, it might not be that way. But even after the fact, after I come out that shit, I'm beating that little nigga with something. Y'all put me in jail for it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit.
You don't normally see that in him every day or even every time he's mad.
That response, reflecting on the look in Joey's eyes, was an unnervingly strong description and could lead anyone to believe Joey may have been mentally ill. The latest report
He
showed
blacked out.
therapists testifying that
Not
years
justifying
later,
it, but he
Joey
just blacked
still wouldn't
out.
talk about the shooting in therapy, as the incident caused him great psychological distress.
But
Two
what I'm
psychologists
saying
dug into
is,
Joey's
what
background,
in somebody
finding he suffered from
mental
anxiety and
makes
depression,
them
as well as a
black
learning
out to the
disability.
point that
He
their
was
only
sentenced to
go-to
remain
is
in
just like to
confinement
wipe this person
indefinitely.
off the
He's
earth?
currently being held in an unnamed facility
You know,
by
or
the
they're probably
Ohio
not
Department
thinking.
of Youth Services.
Whoa,
Soon he will
what do you
be
mean
being held in
Ohio?
an unnamed facility by the Ohio Department of Youth Services.
What
Soon
the fuck?
he will be transferred to an adult facility pending a reintegration evaluation, which essentially means he can be kept in an adult jail until he is deemed ready to be reintegrated into society.
He not. Keep him. He's not. He's not. Keep that nigga. Keep that little nigga in there. That happened in 2011. Keep that. Keep him. Keep him. He's not ready. He won't ever be. Keep that little motherfucker in there. keep him. Keep him. We good. We're so good. We're so good. Like, keep that little motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, it's 2 for 2. Evil. I didn't see. I love evil videos. I watched this one. I low-key do want to watch that motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. All right, for real. Okay, this is the last one for real. This is the last one for real.
Impairment cues.
Hey, this guy just ran out of the ambulance.
Where's he at?
I have no idea.
How to get out of the ambulance? How to
Wait,
get out?
hold on. I got up because it was something in my eye, but I'm thirsty too. Shit.
Two officers immediately enter their squad car and take off, sirens blaring. The dispatcher provides a description over the radio as the officers make a mad dash for the hospital.
For Whiskey Mike, blue shorts and black shoes.
The majority of body camera footage in the following video has never been
Amazing water
seen
choice.
before, and
Smart water
information
has-
included in the video.
Smart water has definitely been the water that's had me in chokehold. Body cam footage reveals a parent's nightmare. Okay, I'm trying to grasp the situation already. We are in 28 seconds in, and the little nigga running out the ambulance.
Video was obtained through actual police reports.
The
When a
ambulance.
bus driver transporting approximately 40 middle school students refuses the director's radio transmitted orders to pull over, complete chaos ensues. All responding parties attempt to make sense of the complete chaos ensues.
But why are you refusing?
All
Pull
responding
over.
parties attempt to make sense of the confusing situation. In just a few seconds, you'll meet the man behind the mayhem. You'll be absolutely flabbergasted as to how he was able to operate any type of machinery, let alone a school bus packed full of children.
Hey, what is wrong with you guys? I'm just asking your name. What's your name?
Mark McNeil.
Mark McNeil?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't mind anybody.
Let's rewind a bit. Everything started at approximately 2 p.m. on February 9th, 2022.
Just throw us
When we
in like
pick
that.
up momentarily, you'll see that EMS has just responded to a scene where a man is complaining that he's having difficulty breathing and is experiencing pain in his legs. Upon arrival, it's discovered that just moments earlier, he was driving a school bus filled with children from Buddy Taylor Middle School, located in Palm Coast, Florida. A first responder is speaking with Keonda Gilmore, safety and training coordinator, in an attempt to figure out this bizarre scenario that is unfolding right before their eyes.
I'm getting part of it right now. Oh, no. Huh? He admitted to 2 beers today.
He's drunk.
But I do think there might be some psych stuff going on too. Yep. He dropped his kids off before. No, he said he didn't have kids.
He was doing his route.
Smith today. Yeah.
Remember this particular bus service employee. We'll hear from her shortly.
Okay. Yeah. This would be a public affairs nightmare. Yeah.
No question about that. Most definitely a public affairs nightmare.
I'm not
More
gonna
importantly,
lie.
however,
Seeing so many things involved, like when I do have kids, whenever that day comes, I know it's like about a good 3 to 5 things that I'm not doing off rip. Nobody is ever babysitting my kids. If it's not my mom, if it's not my little brother, I'm good. That's number one. Number two, yeah, cause daycare. How don't people be in them daycares? I don't know. Can't do it. Not doing it. I said 3 to 5, and that's really the only one I could think about right now. School, but transportation, no, I'm not doing it. Not risking my kid getting kidnapped. I'd rather be the one pick you up, drop you off every day.
nightmare.
I can't do it. I'm already over. I overthink too much as it is. I wouldn't be able to do that shit. I wouldn't forgive myself.
What is his medical reason for going right now? Just because he just wants to meet his wife at the hospital. Correct. He didn't want to go, but it said his wife was on the phone, said I'll meet you there. He's like, okay. Holy. His sugar's good. Does that help? His beer intake is not.
Mark is now being loaded into an ambulance en route to the local hospital for further examination. One of his colleagues has been tasked with completing the remainder of the bus route in order to get the terrified students who are still on the bus safely home. Members of local law enforcement remain at the scene as they continue efforts to get to the bottom of everything in this peculiar investigation. According to Keonda, she asked that he pull over to a safe location.
When he got to the school and we radioed him to pull that bus over at a safe location, he did. He was told to get one bus, but he did not get that bus. He jumped into a totally opposite bus. So that was when we noticed something was wrong because he was told one bus. Huh?
Is this director pulling up?
Yes. So then, when he didn't take that bus, that's when she said, oh, I kind of smell alcohol.
And she didn't say that before anything, though.
This allegation that Mark had apparently smelled of alcohol wasn't made official until after he had already departed to complete his afternoon route. However, the witness would later explain what made her unsure of the possibility, as she's completing a statement to assist with the investigation. Most likely, you'll recognize her.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I know it's a lot, but this is really going to help the case. So, well, this is probably going to, my job is on the line. I smelled it on him, but I wasn't sure what it was because I had COVID 6 months ago, and I still don't have my sense of smell back. I smelled something sweet. At least you said, you know, some people would have just brushed it under the rug and would have been like, you know what?
Sooner. I should have. But shame on all of us. I'm not saying any names, but shame on me. I will say shame on all of us. I smelled it for years.
Likely. However, the witness would later explain what made her unsure of the possibility, as she's completing a statement to assist with the investigation. Most likely, you'll recognize her.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I know it's a lot, but this is really going to help the case. So, well, this is probably going to, my job is on the line. I smelled it on him, but I wasn't sure what it was because I had COVID 6 months ago, and I still don't have my sense of smell back. I smelled something sweet. At least you said, you know, some people would have just brushed it under the rug and would have been like, you know what?
Sooner. I should have. But shame on all of us. I'm not saying any names, but shame on me. I will say shame on me.
Let's return to Kianda.
And that's on accountability. It's never, even if it's not right away, it's never too late to take accountability. It's never too late. Would it be more helpful if you did it sooner? Absolutely, but it's never too late.
Have ID on him or whatever.
Kudos to her.
He works at the transportation department at the high school. Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah,
What's wrong with you guys? You are arresting me? For what?
Oh, he sounds drunk as fuck.
Yeah, for what?
Mark, do you have a middle name?
Michael.
Michael? M?
Mark Michael McNeil.
I'm on my wife. I want you to call my wife.
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
do anything.
What do you got all over your back, sir?
Huh?
What do you have all over your back?
My back? This is my what I wear when I drive a bus.
No, but it looks like you either got puke or...
That's
Whatever,
definitely throw up.
Okay? Holy mackerel. You're detaining me for this? You're detaining me?
Yes, so we can figure out what happened.
What happened?
We're waiting for you to tell us.
I told you already. Call my wife. Call my wife.
Your wife wasn't there, so how would she know?
My wife knows. Okay?
Your wife knows you were driving a school bus, right?
I drive a school bus for the past 5 years.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, so what happened today on the school bus?
So, are you guys really keeping me here?
He's drunk as shit.
Because I wasn't hurt. I was not hurt at all.
He got some type of sense to him if he knew how to jump the fuck out that fucking ambulance. He got some sense. He drunk, but he ain't that drunk.
That's it. That's it. That's
why'd
it.
you get transferred?
All I cared was my kids were not hurt. And you know what? And all the parents showed up at the bus stop and said the same thing. Hey, you know what? Hey, and I had two students and two parents that told me that they would stick up for me. So I'm gonna go to jail now?
We're just trying to figure out why...
I'm gonna go to jail? I'm a good guy, man. All I care about is my children on the bus. That's all I care about. You know? That's all I care about is my kids on the bus. You know?
That's
and
why
you
we're trying
guys
to figure out what
arrest
happened.
me? You're gonna arrest me?
We're trying to figure out what happened. You say you care about the kids on the bus. Some of the kids got home and were scared. So
Yes, of course they were scared. Of course they were.
Why?
Because they were scared.
Why would you be scared on a school bus? Why were the kids scared?
Listen. You know, do you know what you're talking about, man?
No, that's why I'm trying to ask you.
Yes. All I was afraid of was the kids being screwed up, being afraid on my bus. You know what, man? You know what? Arrest me. if you want to just arrest me.
You were under arrest either way.
Just arrest me. Just arrest me. Just arrest me. Go ahead. I don't care.
Listen to me. Okay? I'm Deputy Parker of the Fire County Sheriff's Office. Okay?
I know, sir.
Okay.
I know who you are.
Okay. Okay.
I know who you are.
Okay, with that being said, okay, I want to tell you what I'm observing, okay? When I talked to you earlier and asked you a couple questions, I smell an odor of an alcoholic beverage coming
Not
from
at
you.
all.
Okay?
Not at all.
Okay, with that being said,
Not at all.
I understand.
Not at
With
all.
that being said, are you willing to do field sobriety exercises?
I already did one this morning.
You did field sobriety exercises this
Yeah,
morning?
because I had an accident yesterday. I had an accident yesterday. A guy hit me.
Okay.
A guy hit me. Okay?
Okay.
Sir.
Are you willing to do field sobriety exercises?
No, just say no.
No.
No? Okay. You have that right.
We know.
So you're going to arrest me?
Okay, so
Are you going to arrest me?
Sir, I need you to listen to me.
It's understandable that Mark wouldn't have an interest in completing a field sobriety test. Given
Exactly.
his current
Type
condition.
shit.
If you found Mark's behavior to be entertaining so far, wait until you view his performance as he's placed into the back of Deputy Parker's vehicle.
No way he tries to run. No way he tries to run.
You really think that would drive a bunch of school kids? Huh? You really think that I would do that? Huh? Yeah. What the hell? What the hell are you look like? Yeah.
Hold on, give me a second.
Sir, please stop moving.
I'm not moving.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Look at you. Look at you. You would think that you would do that.
Oh my God!
Hey,
stop.
He's drunk as fuck. Why are you talking to them like that?
You would do that? Hey,
stop.
Don't hit me. I'm not moving.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Look at you. Look at you. You would think that you would do that?
Face that way.
You would do that? Hey,
stop.
Don't hit me.
Stop.
Don't hit me.
What?
Don't hit me.
You are not getting my face
hit me.
again.
Don't hit me. Look, he's hitting me. He's hitting me.
Oh, he's
Do not
delusional.
get in my face like that again.
right.
He's delusional. I know people that delusional. That's bad. That's actually kind of bad.
Have a seat.
Get loose.
Sit down.
You forced me in there.
Sit down.
Force me. Force me.
Mark.
Force me in there is crazy. Freaky ass boy. Boy, get the fuck in the car. What the fuck you mean force me in there?
Ow! Ow! You banged my head.
You said force you in there.
Ow! 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 You banged my.
Now, for the drive to the Flagler County Inmate Center. You'll most definitely feel for Deputy Parker during the commute.
I need to call my wife.
Because he's definitely passive resisting.
I need to call
tell
my
him to
wife.
get in the car and all that stuff.
You understand?
Yep. Do you need anything from me?
Oh, I can't call my wife?
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
When is it going to happen? In 4 hours?
It seems Mark urgently needs to contact his wife for whatever reason, but it'll be a bit before he's given the opportunity to do so. In the meantime, he continues to rack up one charge after another, including driving under the influence, felony child neglect, and resisting arrest nonviolently.
These handcuffs are killing me here.
Okay.
All right? Can I take them off, please?
I'll get them off to you.
Can I take the handcuffs off?
When I get
please?
When I get you to
They're
the jail.
hurting me.
Okay.
They're hurting me.
Okay. Sir,
Please take these off me.
I will get them off to
Please.
you when we get to the jail, sir.
No, take them off me now.
No, sir.
They're hurting me. So I'm
from
getting arrested because I failed to. So I failed to take an ambulance test. Yeah, that's
An
right.
ambulance tape.
You're arresting me because I failed to take an ambulance test, right?
My ankle.
Yeah, you said I failed to go to an ambulance, right?
No.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's what you said.
No, sir, it's not.
That's what you said.
The deputy is just as confused as we are as to what an ambulance test is.
Type shit.
All of a sudden, Mark has gone quiet.
Mr. McNeil, are you still living in Ormond, sir? Mr. McNeil, are you still living in Ormond, sir?
He sleep. He sleep.
Okay. And how long have you been a school bus driver? Huh? How long have you been a school bus driver, sir?
He sleep or just not talking.
Trying to help you out. Do you want me to take those handcuffs off you when we get to the jail? Mr. McNeil?
Mr. McNeil. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to.
Oh, he's just
Where are they
ignoring
hurting
him.
at, sir? Where are the handcuffs hurting at you at?
I would have stopped trying to
Apparently,
talk
the
to
handcuffs
him.
aren't hurting Mark too badly at this point. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, Mark's voice can be heard once again.
Mark, where are your handcuffs hurting you at? Huh? Where are your handcuffs hurting you at? You said your
Locked
Huh? It does matter. It does matter. I do care. Okay. Are
He don't
are you
care.
still?
He wouldn't be asking, don't fuck.
I do.
The pair finally approached their destination, the Flagler County Inmate Facility.
What's wrong, Mark?
Yo?
Mark, how long you been a bus driver? How long you been a bus driver, Mark?
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Okay. Oh. Hey.
How is you, cool?
Hey.
Hey.
Excuse me?
Hey.
What are you doing, man? Oh.
Oh, he's
I'm so
drunk as
tired.
fuck.
Sorry.
Major medical issues?
Or he's coming down from it or whatever.
Any major medical
Whoa.
issues? Diabetes, heart conditions?
No, I don't.
You right-handed, left-handed?
Yes, I'm right-handed.
You have any drugs, weapons, or contraband on you?
No.
Background in martial arts,
No.
boxing, military?
No.
All right, advise not.
Holy
This nigga
crap,
say no to
Sam,
anything right
Can I
now.
take these off of me?
We're going to get them off you here
Please,
shortly, sir.
can we, I can't take these.
All right.
Please, can I take them off? Can I take them off of me?
It's part of the process.
All right,
We're getting closer, buddy.
all right, sir. Okay, sir.
Let me know if you need any
Yes,
assistance.
no, I don't need no assistance. Oh, my God, this has to get this off me. Oh, I can't get them off me.
You're not supposed to.
I can't get them off me, sir.
He's so
There's
annoying.
no doubt that Mark is quite an entertaining character, but the fact remains that he endangered dozens of middle school children, as well as countless others that afternoon when he made the decision to climb behind the wheel of a school bus. After Mark arrived at the inmate facility, the deputy asked him if he'd be willing to submit to a breath sample, and Mark agreed to do so. At 4:10 p.m., the deputy collected 2 separate breath samples. The results were absolutely shocking. Though it was quite obvious that Mark was, in fact, under the influence, his blood alcohol levels were sky high. While he allegedly admitted to a first responder that he'd had a couple beers, the idea was thrown out the window when 2 simultaneous blood alcohol readings came in at 0.31 and 0.32, approximately 4 times the legal limit for a Florida driver.
Drunk as shit.
Levels this high are so dangerous they can result in alcohol poisoning
That's
or
actually
even
pretty
loss
bad.
of consciousness. Mark was able
And
to
being
post
in the
bail and was
vehicle
released.
with
Approximately
children.
4 months after the incident, on June 13th of 2022, he appeared in court for a plea hearing. Of course, in typical Mark fashion, so as not to disappoint, he was, well, have a look for yourself.
I'm sorry?
I think you're impaired.
No, I'm not. I'm
Sound
not
impaired
impaired
to
at
me.
all.
Despite his claims, we've grown to know Mark's behavior well enough to recognize that he is not being truthful.
You went to court
Go ahead and
drunk?
get you tested. Make sure that.
I'm not getting tested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what I'm going to do, sir, is
The
I'm gonna go
officer
ahead-
in the back! His neck!
Okay.
I'm weak as fuck. He said you said this to the judge. I be so quick to do that when I miss. Like you said, he's funny as fuck.
Behavior well
He
enough
said-
to recognize that he is not being truthful.
Go ahead and get you
Oh,
tested.
that is
Make sure
funny.
that-
I'm not getting tested.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do, sir, is I'm going to go ahead and take you into
Hey,
custody right now because I think you are impaired.
I'm not impaired at all.
The denials
That's
continue,
silly.
but as you'll see, they're short-lived.
That you know what? I am impaired. Okay?
No shit. No shit, Mark. No shit.
I'm sorry for what I did. And I'm terribly.
Oh,
it was
boy,
a
please.
Horrible mistake. What I did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
1 month later, on July 11th, Mark was sentenced to 18 months in prison. Needless to say, He is no longer employed by Flagler County School District.
I will hope not.
On August 31st,
Shut up.